Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're doing another seasonal championship. This one is called A Whole New World, and we're going to be in S1 class Super GT cars. So yeah, I think Aston Martin, Ferrari, stuff like that, and yeah, we'll be going around at quite some speed. So yeah, this is the first seasonal championship I've done in a while, and that's purely because there's not been that many in the festival playlist, and the one that there was in I think last week's or the week before
400 yards, turn right.
was only a single car championship, so wouldn't been much interesting, and yeah, I have no interest in single car championships. So yeah, let's get there in the latest vehicle out of the car pass, the Mini John Cooper Works GP, which I'm really rather enjoying driving. It's really nice to see that, you know, Mini aren't radically overhauling their whole platform while still being able to get a huge amount of power and torque and speed and acceleration out of the cars. So yeah, because it could be easily swapped all-wheel drive by this point with sporty Minis, but they haven't. Although I imagine maybe they will at some point, especially for the change to being all electric. Because I can't imagine a all-electric Mini with only front-wheel drive working all that well, especially when it comes to the sportier versions. But that does open up a whole load of new aspects to the car in terms of what you can do with a Mini in terms of horsepower, because if you give it electric power, then you've got, yeah, all of the power in the world that you can pretty much give it while making it all-wheel drive, which might make it a really, really cool car to drive, who knows, but yeah. Right, nearly there.
400 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
So yeah, obviously we will not be driving this, despite it being a reasonably quick car, but it's no S1 class Super GT, that's for sure.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right, let's see what races we're going to be doing and what we're going to be racing in. So yeah, there's one in the city, one more in the country, and one where we are now. So yeah, we've got the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, which is easily one of my favourite cars on this game. It was also in the previous Forza Horizon game. And then we've got the Ferrari Monza SP2, which is part of the car pass. Portofino, GC4 Lusso, which I'm not a particular fan of. The 812 Superfast, which is pretty good. The F12 TDF and the F599 GTO. The F12 TDF is my favourite of those Ferraris. Then we got the McLaren GT, and then the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. So yeah, I think we're gonna play it a little safe first, and we'll go with the McLaren GT. No, it's not the best handling McLaren out there, and it is quite a heavyweight because it is more of a Grand Tourer than a sports car. But you still got 611 horsepower from its proven 4-litre twin turbocharged V8, and yeah, the stats aren't half bad either. So yeah, let's see what it can do. And yeah, the kind of cars we're going to be racing against. I imagine it'll be the ones that we've just seen, but you never know. Right, let's see what this McLaren can do. This is the first time I've actually raced this. See, I have reviewed it, but I've not raced it, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it can do. See what this arguably softer and heavier McLaren can do as to the competition. Now I have been racing quite a fair bit online lately, which is not something I've done with many Forza games, to be honest, because I've been a bit jaded with how the multiplayer usually goes. But this game has a far better system of, you know, dealing with people that want to, you know, troll you or crash into you constantly. So yeah, that's certainly made the online experience a lot better. So I'll probably do a video on that at some point, me racing around in whatever cars I drive, mainly going B class, because most of my favourite cars to drive in this game seem to work well in that class. So yeah, obviously not every car that is my favourite is going to work in B class, because they're either higher than that or just in B class, so they won't really be competitive as you don't give it enough upgrades. But yeah, still plenty of fun cars to drive in that class of racing. This car's, yeah, a little bit softer and therefore it's not quite as precise as I would like. Certainly probably the more road going friendly car here. Right, into fourth as we on our last lap. Have up the inside from the Ferrari. At least we have a podium position, so should get a decent amount of points on the board if we're going to get any further than this. Gaining on the Ferraris, come on. Just about got second place over, I think, a GC4 Lusso. Which, like I said, are far from my favourite Ferrari out there. Far too ugly, far too heavy. But was that the car that we beat? Yes, it was, and one that actually beat us as well, so sat bang in the middle between the two, but we actually got the fastest lap there despite us being a little bit leery. But yeah, more importantly, we got 16 points on the board, so yeah, good start to this championship. So let's get on to the second race. So for this second race, I think we're going to go for something a little bit different. We're not going to go for something British again, we're going to go for something from Ferrari. And yeah, we've got a nice variety to choose from, obviously, but I feel like, I'm not sure, feeling the F12 TDF, to be honest. It's got better handling, better acceleration than the 812. Sure, it's got more speed, but that's not really going to be relevant on this circuit, I do not feel. Yeah, it's the best handling out of the bunch, to be honest, so yeah, and the braking is pretty formidable as well. Yeah, and we'll go for the F12 then. Yeah, certainly a lot better than the standard F12. Looks better, it's got more power, it's lighter, it's a far more ferocious beast. So yeah, I really do like this car, so let's see what it can do. So yeah, if you're wondering what TDF stands for, it means Tour de France. I think that's what it means, but yeah, regardless, it's a fantastic car. Easily one of my favourite modern Ferraris. Even if it is a little bit on the large side. It's quite a wide car, to be honest. This is not the skinniest of circuits, not the widest of circuits either. So hopefully we can make our way through the pack. Superior brakes there to get us on the inside. Like the McLaren though is a little bit leery at the rear end. Even more so because it's got even more power. Another podium position. Let's see if we can at least get a first place though. Move on our previous one. Now just to get past the GT4 Lusso, which I'm really not a fan of. bashing, literally. Well, that did happen just then. Speed! Ridiculous how highly this revs. Frankly, I am surprised this isn't even lairier in terms of the rear end grip, given, yeah, just how much power it's got. And like I said, despite the fact it's quite wide, hardly the shortest of cars, it's really a testament to Ferrari's engineering that it comes out about the same weight as that McLaren, despite that being a smaller car. Final stretch. And there we go. Finally got a win. And it's the glorious Ferrari TDF that did it. So yeah, that's pretty good. That was. Surprised we got the fastest lap though, given that we were a little bit all over the place. But we did regardless. So yeah, and then the Ferrari GT4 Lusso was in second, and the 599 in third, so a Ferrari 1-2-3 there. And yeah, that means we're now up to 36 points, but we are only 2 points ahead of the 599 and only 6 points ahead of the GTC4 Lusso. So yeah, still everything to play for in the third and final race. So let's get there and see what happens. Right, so we're going to end up back where we started, and that is with a British car, and then we're going to be in the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. So yeah, not their best handling car by any means. Don't even have that much in acceleration either, but yeah, it's and it also weighs quite a lot as well. It's the heaviest here, I feel, outside of maybe, yeah, the GTC4 Lusso is the heaviest of the lot. So yeah, it's still quite a heavy weight, but it does have 715 horsepower, quite a lot of torque, more torque than the Ferrari because it's turbocharged, and yeah, still got a V12 as well. So yeah, I am hoping it will be good because it's a car I absolutely adore. So yeah, it's easily one of my favourite modern Aston Martins out there. Probably my absolute favourite, purely just because it looks absolutely amazing, and yeah, it's enjoyable to drive. But that does not mean that it's going to be a car that wins. So yeah, hopefully that is also the case. So let's see what happens. This is definitely a car that's faster than it looks on the stats. Generally does not feel its weight, unlike that GT4 Lusso, which does feel like a £4,000 car. This does not. Just soared past everyone there. You could say this is a car that wears its weight nicely, and it really does. Also sounds good as well, despite having those turbochargers. Because of those turbochargers, it's able to shift in pretty much any gear. It's way more agile than its weight would ever lead you to believe as well. And you can have plenty of fun with it. Absolutely adore this car. So we pulled out a lead. Nowhere near as close as the previous two races were. I imagine it might well have struggled on the track, but when you've got plenty of breathing space on an end-to-end circuit like this, or point-to-point race even. It's, yeah, just got the ability to breathe really, and it's all the better for it. Also helps that there's plenty of straights and we can make most of that 715 horsepower. So yeah, gonna win this championship in fine style. Nearly 150 miles an hour as well. Yeah, pretty fun championship. Nice, decent cars to choose from. Obviously not the biggest of varieties, given there's only what four manufacturers to choose from. But still, if you're gonna have those manufacturers to choose from, then you may as well have also those cars to choose from. Because yeah, really nice choice of cars. Although the Aston Martin there is easily my favourite of the bunch. But yeah, still. Cracking car. The Ferrari is also really, really good. McLaren less so, but still was able to get into second place, so that's by no means a bad thing. And yeah, at the end of the day, it gives you more points. Gives you the points towards getting the ATS GT, which is one of the festival playlist cars added to the game. Was in the previous game, but still, it's nice that it's in this game now as well. But yeah, nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.